Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube. Today I'm going to be talking about how to get your spark back. But first to talk about it, I guess I have to divert from my usual TikTok format and talk about myself a little bit. Um, my name is Jesse. I go by Osai as well. I go by Oasis as well. And I'm 28 years old and this is my YouTube channel. Welcome. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Um, yeah, how to get your spark back. The spark is that part of yourself that allows you to basically show up for reality, allows you to show up with confidence, with an identity, with a goal in mind, and the feeling that you are not going to give up till that goal is met. And that goal can be something as simple as being alive. Do you understand? Like your spark can be being like the thing that gives you a spark in life can just be being alive. It doesn't have to be fulfilling something, it doesn't have to be being special or contributing to society, because in the end society, as we all know, it is basically a game. It's a matrix that keeps us in this low state, in this low vibrational state, by the kind of feelings that it feeds us. You understand? A lot of us, we worry about the beast system coming into existence, but we don't understand that the beast system is already in existence by the tendency of us wanting to be the best. You understand? So that feeling of wanting to be the best alone is one thing that gets our spark and kills it and takes it away. You understand? So today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to get your spark back and basically how to get that feeling that you're supposed to be here back. First of all, I was always somebody that was a very happy kid. You understand? Like I always had these feelings of joy, these feelings of happiness, and these feelings of I'm supposed to be here. And it manifested as me always expressing myself. Like I would express myself a lot as a kid. I'll tell people how I'm feeling. I'll tell people what I see. I'll just be very, very expressive. You understand? But that was kind of taken out of me by people pouring, did I say water, or pouring projections on that part of me. And that part of me was the most important part of myself, which is the part of myself that allows me to express the fire that is within me, which is basically a spark, And from my remembrance, the things that made me start feeling like I'm not supposed to be here or something's wrong with me were the feelings that I got from the adults in my life, like the elder ones, because I had an elder cousin, I have an elder sister. Even if she's my stepsister, she's still my elder sister. My parents as well, you understand? So basically, I was not really ever told that you are special. I know that everyone is going to say, oh, you're not supposed to whine about that. Like, it's not everyone that you say you're special. But no, like, that is very important. Telling a kid that you're special, telling a kid that everything they do is going to work out, telling a kid that even if they make mistakes, they're going to still be your kid and you're going to love them. It gives the kid this freedom and curiosity to jump into the world, you understand? So, your spark was likely taken from your childhood by the adults around you. And they did that because, I will not really say taken, but I will say snuffed out. But they did that because they did not feel comfortable watching you express yourself. They did not feel comfortable watching you basically shine brighter than them. Because the feelings that I noticed when I was around kids, because I had to, for me to see this perspective, I had to be around kids that behave like me. You understand? So there was this little boy in my house. His name is Great. Like my parents adopted him basically from one of our aunties. And Great is very interesting in the sense of Great has this fire in him, in the sense of Great does not listen to anyone. Great just wants to play. Yes, and Great just wants to scatter everything. And as an adult, I found myself always stopping him from doing that. I found myself always telling him, stop doing it, you understand? And I kept on stopping him, but he had so much energy that everything I was saying was coming out of this ear and coming out of that the other ear. Because why? Kids are high vibrational, you understand? So those suggestions of fear, those suggestions of calm down, they were not sitting right with him, you understand? And he didn't even understand what I was saying. Like, bro just wanted to have fun. And I found myself becoming very angry, so angry that I wanted to hit him one time and tell him to stop. And then I stopped myself and realized, what the hell? Like, this confidence that this kid has now, like, if I take it from him now by beating him and snuffing him out of him, how is he going to defend himself out there in the world when he's older? And then I started seeing him from the perspective of my own self, like I was looking at my own inner child. And I came to the realization that, wait, what if this is what happened to me as a kid? Like, what if this is what happened to me? What if I was this kid who was very vibrant, and the adults who were in a negative state did not want me to like keep on behaving like that, because basically I was showing them how they did not have joy. I was showing them how, I don't know, parts of themselves that they were not expressing. And basically I was asking myself like, is this why I was snuffed out? Is this why I was told to shut up? Is this why I was isolated? Is this why I was attacked? You understand? So watching it from that perspective will allow you to understand how the spark is taken away. You understand? Another way the spark is taken away from you is in your friendships. Like people don't talk about this more enough, but when you are in your friendships, like that is the best time for you to show your own identity. And if you are somebody that you cannot hold on to your own identity, you cannot fight for how you are feeling and stuff of that nature, you end up changing your identity for other people. And what is your spark? Your spark is your identity. Do you understand? And that also stems from the first reason I said, growing up around a place where you are not appreciated. So the first set of people that appreciate you usually be like, oh, this person loves me, this person values me, so I should change my who I am for them. You understand? But you don't understand that you're never supposed to change who you are for anybody. You're supposed to just accept yourself and show up as yourself and be boring and be uninteresting. Because I have this saying in my mind recently that whoever wants to take away my weirdness is my enemy. Do you understand? Like whoever wants to take away my individuality, my weirdness, what makes me weird is my enemy. Do you understand? Because that is how you fuck up people's spark. That's how you take people's spark. They're trying to change their identity to conform to the group. You understand? And most of us were not told as a kid that who you are is special. You don't need to change. And most of us we did not even grow up with those feelings of confidence. We've never experienced those feelings of confidence. So we naturally change and change who we are. We change who we are every time. Why? Because we're trying to people please people. We're trying to basically make other people happy. You understand? So I've given you two instances in which you lose your spark now. When you grow up around adults who you trigger because of your behavior, because of how you shine, because of how expressive you are, because of how you cannot be told what to do, even as a kid. Because as a kid, like imagine telling a kid, go and sit down, and the kid is jumping around like they don't want to listen. It annoys you because you are under the grandeur that you are the older one because you were on this planet first. You understand? That's another mistake people make. Like kids are not, you're older than, like the kids are your parents. Do you understand? Like even if they are in the little bodies now, like let's forget all those perspectives, but or let's not forget it. Let's just talk about it like it's YouTube, it's not TikTok. Um, when your father, for instance, now, like okay, let me use myself as an example. My grandma died recently. If she incarnates as one of my kids, is she not older than me? Do you understand? Like it's very simple. Like so that's what I'm saying. Like so people not understanding that the soul is his own identity and they feel like they own the soul. So when they say shut up, the child does not want to shut up. Then they start beating the child or start like assaulting the child verbally, start chipping away of the child's confidence. Or those are the moments where you start creating the feelings of I'm not comfortable with this child being my child. Do you understand? So you kind of move through life with those feelings, not knowing that the people who told you to shut up is just because they did not like the fact that they could not control you. So that is how like egregores start being created at a very young age, because now you have adults obsessing over the fact that you cannot control a child. You have a group of adults, and at that moment the child's awareness is not really that big. So it's very easy to suppress the child's awareness with those egregores. Because egregores are come as thoughts. So you now start carrying those thoughts, not even knowing what egregores are and that they're manifesting in your life. And the second reason why it also happens is very simple. Your friends, like your friends is the first place where people lose their identity in their friendship, because they want to fit in, they want to make sense to people, they want people to understand them, they need to be understood has killed a lot of people's identity, a lot of people's passion. Do you understand? Then another thing, in those friendship groups, there are times that you want to make decisions that branches you out from the group, but most of the time because you don't want to stay in the group, because you want to stay in the group rather, you will now end up losing your spark. You understand? So let me give you an example using my own personal experience now. Okay, I've been in scenarios where maybe there'll be a girl I like, and that girl I like now, my friends think that she's ugly, or they don't find her attractive, or they don't like her character. And I will now end up saying that okay, because of that, I will now start being rude to the girl or pretend like I don't have feelings for the girl. I've lost the whole last experience of sharing love with somebody that I probably have feelings for or have a heart, like have a connection with. I don't know where that connection could have went. Why? Because I'm trying to people please my friend. You understand? There's some scenarios where I know this sounds very parentish, but there are scenarios where you want to go out there and basically read your books, but your friends want to go to a party. Like those are I'm not saying that school is important, but let me even use our passions for example. Like there are sometimes when I want to write, that's when everybody wants to watch a movie. That's when everybody wants to take a stroll. Most of the time, I end up abandoning my writing to go and help them do whatever adventure they want to do, thereby abandoning my identity, abandoning my spark. Yes, and so the common denominator in keeping your spark and getting your spark back is holding on to your identity. Do you understand? Holding on to your identity no matter what, no matter the scenario, no matter who is trying to push their own perspective on you, no matter if you're isolated for it. That is how you keep your spark. That is how you get your spark back. You understand? You have to identify where your spark was lost. You have to identify the structures in which you grow around. You have to identify the friends in which you had early. You have to identify the way you see yourself, your perspective, and how if you are really honoring that. You understand? Because you have to honor your identity in the mental realm and also in the physical realm. You cannot have an identity in your mind and you're not living out that identity. You feel lost. Do you understand? That's how you lose your lost star, your shine, that spirit of shine in you. You will be lost. You understand? When I was starting spirituality, I was somebody that I wanted to explain it to my friends a lot. I'll go and be meeting them. I'll be trying to make sense to them, but it never worked out that way. Do you know why? Because why? They don't have the DNA or they've not activated that part of their DNA to really understand the spiritual things. And it made me give up on spirituality for a very long time. Why? Because I thought that something was wrong with me. I was not making sense. Do you understand? I was not making sense to the people around me. I don't understand that you don't need to be understood. Like, you can be the only one that knows the answer to a question in the whole world. You are allowed. Do you understand? Your perspective does not have to be understood by everybody. You know, so those are the moments, those are the scenarios in which we lose our spark. Those are the scenarios in which we have to identify it. You understand? So, very simple tips I can give you to retain and keep your spark. Hold on to your identity. Set boundaries when it comes to who you are. Anybody that does not like your identity, that is attacking your identity, that person is your enemy. Anybody that wants to come against your weirdness is your enemy. Do you understand? It's very simple. It's not really that complicated. Another tip that I can give you is you need the sun. The sun is literally the shiniest thing on this planet. The sun is literally the most sparkly thing in this planet. Like, look at the sun, it's literally white light. You understand? So coming outside every time and sun gazing with your eyes closed, basically hanging out, letting the sun rays hit you and fix your DNA can help you get your spark back. Because your spark is governed in the solar plexus chakra, which is the sun chakra. Do you understand? That's where your spark is, that's where your confidence is, that's where your identity is. And that is also governed by the sun. So you working with the sun is a way for you to basically get your spark back. Also, if you're into crystals, another way you can get your spark back is to work with the sunstone. You understand? The sunstone is a stone that powers the solar plexus, because the solar plexus chakra is the chakra that has to do with your identity. So when you start having issues with that chakra, you lose your spark. You know, you have projects in your mind, you have projects that have passion, that have to do with your passion, but you cannot start them, you cannot finish them. Why? Because your spark is gone, your solar plexus chakra is weak. Yes, and so when you begin to turn on your solar plexus chakra, it literally shows in your skin. Your skin becomes shiny and golden because that's the sun energy inside you. Do you understand? So, yeah. And any idea you have, basically, you need your solar plexus and energy to go through it. And your third eye chakra and your solar plexus chakra, they are twins. Do you understand? They are twins in the sense of anything you see from your third eye, because your third eye also governs your perception. Your third eye governs the way you see yourself. Do you understand? So your solar plexus chakra, when you charge it, your third eye will be functioning properly, and you'll be able to see visions and perception of who you are, and you hold on to it. You will not fight. You will not need to change because you know who you are. You understand? That's why a lot of people start asking you questions like, "Do you know who you are?" They are trying to test you to see if you have confidence to hold on to an identity. You understand? That's why people ask you that question. You don't know who you are and stuff of that nature. It's to put fear in you, to see if you are somebody that you hold on to your identity. You are sure of who you are. You know, and the sun can do that for you. You know, so yeah, hope you guys love my video. I'll try and do more videos.